Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 29 of Darwell20's Enigmatica 2 Expert Series. Today, I'm doing this thing. So my goals are, for today, I've got a few things planned, just a few, that I'd like to get going. So step one, I'd like to, if possible, get my blood magic Tranquility area cleaned up. Right, ready to go. Then I want to do some cool stuff that I'm going to keep secret with relation to this altar. And then I want to get the regen going. And then I want to get tier 4 Starlight altar crafted so that we can create a ritual anchor from Astral Sorcery, which means we can bind the Tranquility altar, or the regen altar, which will probably be around here-ish, to the Tranquility altar location over here so that we can get regen when we're standing here instead of regen when we're standing over here. That's the plan. We're going to find out how good a plan that is pretty soon. So first things first, let's get our copy-paste gadget and our destruction tool and get ready. Let's do this with a depth of 1. We'll do 3 by 3 by 3. How's that sound? Right there? Does that sound right? Or should I bump it up to 4 by 4 by 4? I can't remember exactly how big this altar is, so let's do that. Right. Hello. And then we will copy paste our structure in there. So let's do like here-ish. We're going to do that, but we're going to down Y level it. That looks cool, right? Okay, nifty. And then you can undo and bring all the dirt blocks back. Beautiful. And then, I don't know if you're centered. Did I center you? Oh, I missed it by 1. That's horrible. Should I move it? I feel like I should move it. Just because I know people won't be happy. Right? Won't they be unhappy? I feel like people will be unhappy with me. If I don't center that, oh man, Wrath of Rorax. That's the official name, by the way. It's the Wrath of Rorax. Build to me some dirt. Okay. So you were... Let's do that, I think. Actually, that looks a little bit better. Yeah, I think I actually might have missed a few blocks there anyway. So is that lined up nicely? It's not. So let's move you over 1. Which we can do with the anchor staying there. Or we don't need to. Right, let's do that, right? So that's lined up with the altar. Cool. We just need to move it towards -x, so x minus 1, like that. And that puts it where we want it to be. Is that good? I think that's good, right? That looks cool to me. If all my marble disappears, it's placed in the blocks correctly. Missed 12 marble? Oh, you know what? It probably took the marble out of here, so that makes sense. Alright, well, as long as the ritual works, I'm cool. Hey, bring all this stuff back, would you? And a quick old build to me, and we're back in business. Oh, hey, look. Alright, I did a very bad job of keeping this thing in place. But I think that looks cool. Alright, so now Ritual Dude and this guy, and we should be getting regen. Nice! Okay, now I don't think the regen will last or reach all the way over here, which is why we need to have a ritual binding happen to make things a little bit better, right? Like, see regen's wearing off? That means it doesn't reach over here. What is the range of this? Ha! Pretty close, in fairness. Pretty close, in fairness. So that's cool. Alright, so next step. Let's get our tier 3 orb. Okay, and did I have a crafting workstation here? I can make one. Okay, boop, 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 boop. Okay, so we need a couple things, right? So we need a wooden path, which is just this, right? Now that's going, so we need, let me just look here. We need 12 times 4. Or no, 9 times 4. Yeah, we need 9 times 4 because there's a 3 by 3 on either side of the altar, right? So we need 36 wood here. And I think this is a shapeless recipe. It totally is. And now we can also do stone brick. Now these, it's a 2 by 3. Okay, so we need 6 times 4 is 24 smooth stone. Okay. Cool. And that's the best we can do for now. And then once we get a tier 4 orb, we can do the next one. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do the exchanger we can use. You guys can go away for a minute. Okay, you're going to be in 3 by 3 mode, and we'll turn off turn on fuzzy mode. All right, cool. All right, and then let's do these guys. Okay, and you're going to be in vertical column mode with fuzzy mode true. Cool. Nice. All right, so that should be a valid altar, right? And I think if I inspect you with the thing, this guy, I don't know if it tells us, but it will tell us what the tranquility rating is. Nice. Plus 67, tranquility rating of 707. That's cool. It's much better than it was. So if I remove that, does that reduce that number? I would expect it to. I don't know if it's like a multi-block or how it works, but yeah, see, definitely lower. Definitely lower. Cool. Now 707. Now, what we want to do is place stuff in these spots. There's a long list of things you can place there to make the tranquility even more tranquil. And it's like plants and crops count, lava counts, blood counts. There's a handful of things that you can do to increase your tranquility rating. All right, I think we're cool here. Right, so now there's a long list of things, and I'm just going to read them off real quick, that give a tranquility bonus. Potatoes, carrots, wheat, and netherwort. Those are the crop ones. Dirt, grass, and farmland are also give you bonuses, right? And then there's fire, lava, and there's leaves, logs, water, flowing water, and life essence all give you bonuses. So what I think I'm going to do, right, is maybe run, I'm going to run it here. Yeah, here. Okay. We'll empty a water here, because that'll count, right? Now, water and flowing water seem to have the same stats. So I'm going to stick with pure flowing water. Right, so that should have already boosted it, right? I don't remember what the number was, but it's up to 907 now, so that's cool. Now, farmland has better stats, worms, than grass does, right? So that should also boost it. Just by tilling the farmland, we've got better stats here. And we can also go ahead and plant some seeds and some carrots. And maybe some potatoes. Okay. Now, I don't think they have to be grown, so I don't think that matters. But look, we're already getting a plus 120 bonus. That's cool. I like that. Now, I don't think growing them actually makes a difference, but I brought my watering can in case it does. Cool. So we'll grow these guys, right? So we're at 1429. I'm not entirely... I think that's the tranquility score. And then the 120 is the bonus, right? So before, by itself, without any expansion of paths, our bonus was plus 20, which basically meant you got a 20% bonus to what you were doing. Now we're going to have 120% bonus, which is huge, right? That's a huge difference. So we'll grow some of these crops and see if anything matters. I don't think it does, right? Yeah, it doesn't. It's just checking for the existence of the block. So growing or not doesn't matter. Let's get some, I don't know if soul sand counts, but I'm pretty sure I've got some here. So you're at 1425. If I put soul sand here, does that equal a bonus? I don't think it does. Okay. But netherwort, on the other hand, netherwort totally gives you a bonus. Do I want to do that, or should I bump it up a little bit? So we could have like a decent amount of netherwort there. That might actually be less, because netherwort does not count for a bonus. So we lost bonus by not having that there, but let's see what happens if I populate a bunch of this stuff. Right? That may be better. Maybe better. I'm wondering if I want to do that now. I think you want to have like some variety, but I don't know how important that variety is. So maybe I'll switch you back. Exchanging gadget. Switch you back. Give me back my netherwort. Let's till the farmland. Let's do this. And we'll make this dirt along here. Right? And then we'll do... that's right, my reservoir's all used up. Fill up that reservoir. Okay. I think that's cool. And then the farmland. Hey, I got better at using my Flintmatic. All right, now how's this guy at? So I think our cap is 120% bonus, which we may have already hit. So that's kind of cool, right? You know what I might want to do? Let's switch this up. We'll have one that's all wheat and one that's half potatoes, half carrots. Does that sound like a neat idea? I like that idea, right? I'm not sure why I like that idea, but I like it. And then carrots. Nice. Okay, cool. So now our tranquility rating, 1438. 1754. Nice. So see how the tranquility rating is going up, but our bonus is capped at 120%. So I think what that means is there's nothing we can do to get a better bonus right now. We can improve our tranquility rating, which will be better once we upgrade the altar to further tiers. But at this point, I don't think there's any real need to upgrade our tranquility score at this point. So let's, keep it as is, because it's been 120 since the last, few hundred points. I'm guessing it's like 10%, right? So 1200 is probably where we want to be for the capping of it. But TLDR, I think we're cool. Okay, so let's stop there and clean up our inventory. Remember the side effect that all entities get affected by that regeneration. Keep that in mind. Don't worry, we got more rituals coming that'll make our lives a little bit better here. So our next step, once I fly over and clean up my inventory from all those mobs I just had to kill, hooray, is so we've got the tranquility thing going, right? Let's try this out, by the way, because I'm just curious, like what a max amount of tranquility is going to look like, right? So with 120% bonus boost. Let's take our Magician Blood Orb, put it in there. Let's speed that up so that it empties out the orb nice and quickly. Okay, we'll wait for that to cool. I don't think having a speed effect on that is going to do anything, but let's wait for that to go away before we click the button. All right, so with this thing glowing, we should get a healthy amount of LP from a single click. I think. Right? Come on, buddy. Let's do the thing. It's a 30-second timer, so it should be nearing its end. Cool. So we get Wow, 18,849 LP per click. That is pretty awesome, dudes. That is really cool. So that basically means 2 clicks equals a full altar at this stage for us, right? And then we can heal up nice and quick over here. Still not 100% sure what happened to my hearts. Because, like, it feels like my max health is constantly changing, which is funny. But, yeah. So you go ahead and empty out again. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure what affects what my max health is. Yeah, that's a pretty good amount. All right, now that we've got that going, stage 2. Let's make this a little bit easier. I went to figure out if I can do a thing that I want to do, and I can do the thing that I want to do, and therefore I'm excited about it. So let's get like 5 iron ingots, 5 ender pearls, and combine them over here in an alloy furnace. Cool. Wow, you drain energy quite quickly. Neat. All right, so that's that, right? And we can put them, what I'm also gonna need is gonna be some sand and some gravel and maybe a smidgen of clay so that I can get binder composite. You ready for this? That's probably enough for now. Okay, so you guys go away, you do that, and I think you should smelt out. I am not grout! That's correct, he is not grout. Quickly, smelt the things. 64 conduit binder, which should be cool. We're going to need some diamonds, and I think we're also going to need some iron to make travel anchors. Huzzah! I'm gonna make 5 of these guys, which shouldn't be too. Okay, what? Say what now? Do what now? What are we short on here? You should actually be cool. Okay, now that's better. Travel anchors. This should make getting around town just a little bit easier. In fact, let's put our travel anchor. Where do we want our travel anchor in our base to be? Like, ideally it would be somewhere that I frequent. Like, either my chests or my bed. Let's put it in the chests area, right? So if we did this, right, I think I should be able to right-click on this, home base, and we could give it an item, right? Like, if I did that, does that look cool? I think so. Now, we can't see it until we have another travel anchor, right? So let's do a travel anchor. We don't want to break these blocks, but I'm thinking right here might be a cool place. And we'll call it blood magic. And we'll use the magician's blood orb as the item type. So I should be able to look over there and jump to teleport. Sweet? Sweet. Super sweet. So you're not actually rendering the chest, which was actually something I wasn't sure if it would be able to do. I was like, will that be able to render chests? I don't know. The answer is no. It makes sense that it can't render the chest, because chests have kind of a funny rendering. So I've seen many other mods struggle to render chests like that. So not a huge surprise that things aren't groovy there. Okay, so with that travel anchor in place, the other travel anchor we want to have will be in the Tranquility altar itself. Now remember I said that the 3x3 area around the Tranquility altar can be anything. So you are going to be Tranquility, and you'll get this guy. Okay, so now I'm here, I want to do, you know, this thing, and then we're back. Ha-ha! How cool is that? I love it. Right, and this thing gets re-enchanted. We can pop back here, right? And in theory, I will have regeneration re-centered on this location so that I get the regeneration when I go here, okay? Which is cool. Nice, and then I can come back here and do the thing. Let's give you a little bit of speeding up even faster. All the particles. Yay, essence. I don't know what my essence limit is at this juncture. Cool. And then Tranquility, recharge the thing, get the regeneration effect. Okay. Maybe a little bit of food. Okay, and we can pop back. The only thing we have to watch for is make sure our soul fray expires before we click the button again. And that, my friends, is travel anchors. And I think that's pretty cool, right? We might even set up like a quick Thaumcraft travel anchor. I think that might be cool. And we might set up an Astral travel anchor, which might be cool, right? So if we... Okay. It's almost like I had a plan when I made these guys. Thaumcraft. Cool. So then we can go to our home base, and we can go to Blood Magic or Thaumcraft. There is a limit to the range, so that's why we're not seeing Tranquility here, but we will after. Cool. There's a limit to how far these anchors can travel. Okay, but that's pretty slick. I think that's cool. Now I forget which part of this is the multi-block, but I assume Netherbrick is not part of it. So we're gonna make this Astral, and we'll kind of, what should I put for Astral's item? Could I put the Astral book? I think I've got that on me. Yeah, Astral Tome. That looks cool, right? So that you have like, boom, and Astral. That's awesome, right? I like it. So that was the secret thing that I wasn't telling you guys about, that I was surprising you with. But I think that's a neat way to just get around our area here, and that'll be nice for us, right? So let's call that a win. All right, cleaning up inventory. Be right back. We're gonna see how much time we have if we can get Astral level 4 upgrade. All right, guys, let's see what we can see. Isn't that a pedestal? Oh, really? Okay, cool. Word. Sets up travel anchors, does not use them. Good job, Direwolf. Good job. Boom. All right, so that, and then while we're here, I need 9 more of you, please. And by the way, pro tip, you can totally speed that thing up. Learned that. Looks like a little more Salus Mundus needs to go into the world. So we can totally speed this guy up too. Cool. Okay, with those 9, we've got that. I'm just taking a look in our Astral book to figure out what we need to upgrade our altar. So the plan will be upgrade altar, then move it to the new location, right? So where did my Astral book go? There it is. So we also need 2 reinforced slates, which is the tier 2, right? Reinforced. That's not a word that is uncommon. Reinforced slate. That needs a tier 2 altar. Yes, so that's the tier 2 slate. Again, has travel anchors, forgets to use them. I know, I'm a terrible person. I think you're in here. Reinforced slate, so that's 2 of them. Cool. So we've got 2 reinforced slates. We've got a Thaumium block. We've got an Arcane Pedestal. 4 Stardust and 4 Aquamarine. Should not be a problem. So that's cool, right? I think that's cool. I think that's cool, right? You missing anything? A rock crystal. A rock crystal. I knew I was forgetting something. Rock crystals might be over here. I think I threw it in here. Yes, I did. Cool. All right. So you... and then Stardust and Aquamarines, right? 4 Stardust. And I want to get this going fast. You can tell there's a little bit of herdness in my voice because it's getting a little bit late at night, and we want to make sure that we have all the Starlight power available to us. Okay? So if I just did you, you're probably the only thing that makes this a thing. There's actually 2 recipes that use you. Oh, wow. Thaumium seeds. Neat. But no, this is what we want today. And it looks like we have enough Starlight power to make this happen. Mr. Resonating Wand. So this will upgrade the altar. Then we need to upgrade the multi-block. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to move the altar into the building that we have made because I'm pretty sure that that thing has the multi-block properly designed. Hey, and my vision expands. I learned about Constellation. That's cool. So the red line on that basically means invalid multi-block, right? So if we put it up here and we don't get a red line, that should mean valid multi-block. Hooray! Valid multi-block. Now, there's not a lot of power here, but we now have access. We now have access to collector crystals. Dun, 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 dun. Which is cool, because we can get a whole bunch of power. A whole bunch of astral power can happen, right? So celestial crystals and collector crystals and all that good stuff, right? So collector crystals need resonating gems, which I have a few from, I think, a quest reward or something I found them in. But we need a Starlight infuser, which I think is a multi-block, which I think we already have the multi-block in this location ready to go. I don't think it's this one. Starlight infuser? I'm pretty 95% sure this is the Starlight infuser multi-block. Like 99% sure that's the Starlight infuser multi-block, right? So we can get that going, and then we can get collector crystals and all kinds of other cool stuff from Astral. Unlocking tier 4 in Astral is a huge tier because it opens up a lot of stuff. The thing we're very interested, though, in Ritual Anchor. Cool. So that doesn't look too bad. And we already have a resonating gem, right? Yes, we do. So we can get a resonating gem. What else do we need for an anchor? 4 nuggets, a piece of gold. 4 nuggets and a piece of gold. Right. 4 glass panes and a stardust. Do we have glass panes in here? No, I think we have them in here, though. 4 glass panes and a stardust. And then we just need glass lens, which I don't think we have any extra of. Right? I don't think we have any extra glass lenses. If they did, they would have been in there or over here. They're not entirely difficult to make, though. Yeah, no, we're cool. I think it's just, that's the Cinnabar one, right? I need Cinnabar for that. Glass lens. We can either Starlight infuse it. So once we get Starlight infusion, we're in better shape because it's just boom, right? But for now, we need a mirrored glass, which is glass pane. Right, so we need 2 of these. So let's get 2 more glass panes. Let's get 2 more quicksilver. We'll just get a bunch. And then what else do we need for the lens? Some aquamarines and some mana glass panes. Okay, so we're going to want 4 of you and 8 mana glass panes, which should be straightforward. Okay, over here to get these guys, and then over here to get the lens. Boom. Okay, and we should have enough Starlight for that, right? So that gets us nice. And Ritual Anchor now. Do we have everything we need for this? Glass lens. Didn't I just... Okay, cool. Needs quite a lot more Starlight. So we might need to get a collector crystal before we can do that, because that does not look like we have enough Starlight for that. So we might need to hold off until we get a collector crystal to make that happen. So let's throw this stuff in here, and let's look at making a collector crystal. Cool. Okay. Good. Be right back. Alright guys, step 1. Let's get a celestial crystal of an appropriate size. So I've been over here for the last few minutes growing this thing. It'll be a few minutes, but we'll make it work. So I'll come back when it's done. I'm just going to cap out the size. I'm not going to worry about the purity yet, but we'll be back. 7:19, making progress. I will potentially be automating this at some point. Totally doable to automate these. Alright guys, so we're back. And I was doing a little bit of off-camera work and actually stumbled upon a bit of luck. And unfortunately, I was basically doing this while I had other things going on, so I didn't record any of it. But basically, I went over to the area over there and grew some crystals, and we got lucky with purity on one of them. If we take a look, we'll know that one of them, this guy has a purity of 95. Right? So I got a crystal with a purity of 95. I also got one with a purity of 91. So these 2 crystals were like just good luck. I basically like grew more celestial crystals and had luck with the purity stat. Now I took that 95 crystal, I got its size all the way up to 900, which is the max celestial crystals can be. At that point, you keep dropping it in fluid, and there's about a 5 to 10% chance that it'll split into 2 smaller crystals. And one of the crystals will have the same purity as the original one, so 95, and the other one will have slightly more purity, in this case 100. So we've got a pretty perfect crystal right here, which is cool. And we've got, so that's awesome, right? So I've got that 900, that 60% purity that we got, but I decided to like, let's keep this guy going. Now I'm not entirely sure, so I'm forgetting. If I put you in there, you won't keep placing in the event that there's fluid there, right? So if I do that, you should be pretty good. All right, awesome. So let's get another one of those, and then we can somewhat automate this, right? We can at least get it so that it keeps growing them over and over again, right? And that would be cool. So let's get you, let's get this, and let's make another fluid placer, right? Because our plan here is to get I want to get as good a purity as I can, and I don't want to lose this 100 purity crystal. So if I turn it into a celestial, we can't split it anymore, right? Which would be sad. So we want to make sure that we can do that. Do I have like a? Oh, that's right. I can use you for a crafting table, can't I? I feel like I might be able to. I'm actually not sure. It might be that you can, but we'll find out. Yeah, no, you can't. Okay, I wasn't sure. Sometimes you can, but I actually forgot to craft the thing that I came over here to make. Dire brain, please. And while we're at it, you know what? I need a new bucket anyway. So I might have 3 iron plates that we can turn into a bucket, which we can then convert into a fluid placer. Hooray! So we'll get another one here, right? So what we'll have now are fluid placers. I haven't hooked them up completely yet because I don't want to. But basically what we do is that and that, okay? Cool. So what we should see now is the crystal will absorb the liquid starlight, the auto placer will place a new source of starlight, and then the crystal will absorb that, and then place, and then absorb, and place, and absorb, place, and absorb. If I wanted to, I could hook cables up to this so that the fluid goes in there, but we're not going to do that because I want to not do that yet. All right, so it's becoming nighttime, which is good. I'd like to see the constellation that this thing already has in the sky, but it doesn't really matter. We're about to make a collector crystal so that we can do better crafting, right? And in terms of you know, which constellation we use for that, it's not super important, I don't think. Right? So Vicchio is in the sky, so we can just use that one. That works for me. So let's get you replaced here. Wow, that pickaxe breaks things very quickly. Okay, so you go into the offhand slot. You're gonna go here. Okay, by a zombie. So we're gonna infuse or attune this crystal to a constellation, and once it's attuned, we want to turn it into a collector crystal, right? So if we look at the book about collector crystals, right, I think it has to be attuned, right? Attuned rock crystal or celestial crystal. So we need to do that for sure. So are you cool now? Why do I feel like I'm missing a piece of smoky quartz? I should have had one. Oh well. So we take this crystal, which is at... I'm taking the 91% purity one. It's good enough. Hooray! And we attune that guy. And then that can be turned into a collector crystal. Cool. Let's go see how these things are doing, by the way. Do your infusions. Oh, so many cool particle effects. Loving it. These guys have used up a few buckets of stuff already, so as you can see, it's clearly doing its job. Okay. Hooray! Quest complete. So you're attuned to Vicchio, which is cool. Right, so then we can go up here. And I think I've got some more resonating gems, which we need. And we need some illumination powder as well. So we've got 4 more of you, which normally you have to make these in the Starlight Infusion altar. We haven't done that yet. We haven't made that thing, but we get to skip that step for this collector crystal at least because we do. Okay. So now you do that, right? And that's going to require a relatively healthy amount of Starlight, which we may not necessarily have enough of. But let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can make this work. And if we can't, we might have to move our altar back to our other location, at least temporarily, to get this working. So where's... I did magically lose a piece of sooty marble. I'm not entirely sure how. Sooty marble. Do I have none? Don't tell me I don't have... Oh, there's some. Cool. Okay. So over here, right, what we can do is get to a relative height and put the sooty marble there. And I'm trying to remember which pieces were which. This was in Discovery? No, Exploration? Yes. So the wavy ones and the cube ones in the corner. So the wavy ones and the cube ones in the corner with the relay and the lens. Progress, I feel like, but maybe not enough progress. We might need to move this structure over here. We just might. Because that just doesn't feel like enough to me. I need to do something about boots that make me not take damage when I fall. That's a thing. So are you actually working? You have some particle effects. I'm never good with these spectral relay guys. Don't die. Okay, cool. We didn't die. I'm never good with these spectral relay guys. Because I always can't tell if they're actually working or not. So wavy and blocking in the corners. Yeah. I'll see what I can come up with. Alright guys, we're going for broke here. But I'm hoping this will work out. Is this high enough off the ground to make me a celestial crystal? Come on, let's do the thing. I might want to move you. At least it's easier to get up there now than it was before. So you, because I was doing stuff, let's have 4 of you, 4 of you, and 1 of you. Any luck? Well, not quite yet. So let's do this. $12 might be good enough. And I need 1 more of these. Wrong one. 1 more of those. Cool. So wavy on the side. The other one's on the corner. At this point, I might as well copy paste this structure how many times I've built it. But that, and then hopefully we'll boost that even more to the point where, come on, you're so close. You're like inches! Inches! Ah, come on. Come on! Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Shouldn't you... Right. So there it is, right? So if I undo the last build and then place the last build, what didn't go into my inventory here? Some sooty marble. That should be cool now. Hey, don't lag up while I'm falling to my death. That's not nice. All right, Starlight, Celestial Altar, boom. Copy paste makes this easier to move at least. Oh, now we're cooking. Cooking. So let's see if I can just sneak this guy right into here with my one piece of sooty marble. If I can get this happy, then we can just get our Celestial Crystal and we won't have to worry about this anymore. Once you have a Celestial Crystal, none of this becomes a problem. And that's why we want a Celestial Crystal. Okay. Oh, we got it. All right, cool. Resonating wand, do the thing. Boom. Come on, before the starlight fades. It's fading. Craft already. Oh, Starlight faded. I have to wait till midnight again. All right, midnight. We are hitting the button. Do it. Do it. Make me a Celestial Crystal such that I don't have to worry about altar placement anymore. Do the thing. Hooray! Celestial Crystal! 91% purity, 900 size, 100% cutting. That's going to be a really nice thing to have, right? So let's pick up all these things. And you hit the undo button. Hooray! And in an attempt not to fall to my death, hooray! Everybody's a winner. All right, cool. So let's wrap up the episode here. That is very much a wrapping up point for the episode. We'll come back next time, and what we'll probably wind up doing is implementing the collector crystal and progressively getting towards some good stuff. Now, I'm debating if I want to take a break from some of the magic mods because we've been sorely neglecting our tech. Having some cool stuff. Ooh, Elementium boots. Those are good boots. Yeah, they are. So I think I'll take those. And they probably repair themselves with mana. Yeah, my mana tablet seems low, so I'm guessing that's what happened there. You can have all the marbles back, including the sooty. Okay. And we'll just get everything up and running next episode, right? So for now, Deltoy signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. You know the deal. Take it easy.